Welcome back to my channel. It's Jacques, and I know it's been a long time since I made a video, but I wanted to come back to you guys to make a video because of course it's been more time that I've been spending here in Mexico, and I'm learning so much. Things have really changed. As you can see, I'm sitting on the floor because I just wanted to record a video like sitting on the floor. But these are some things that I would tell anybody not to do or say while living or visiting Mexico, okay? Number one, I would have to say saying things are cheap, I think, or más barato, which is less or less expensive. I have learned that just from either the lady that cleans my house or the workers or the tipping situation of how you tip, it's still very similar. But I've learned it also from my Uber rides or tickets to the theater or food, that their wages are just a little bit different. And what we may view as, oh, this is only $3 or this is only $4 or this may be $50, and like, wow, that's actually not expensive for us people that are, that are making American wages or have American money. It's a little bit different. But, and I find it now that it can be a little bit disrespectful, especially because I was a avid person, I'm going to catch an Uber. The Uber's only $2. The Uber's only $3. And where people are like, you say that that's not expensive, but it's expensive for us. So that's one thing not to say. Another thing is to say Mexico is like America. And when I say that, I mean, you have to understand that American or Mexican culture or the cities of Mexico were well established before Americans, like structures and things. And if you come here, and being that I've lived here, you'll see a lot of similarities in their cities where you're like, I know America took this. I can tell America took this aspect of this situation from Mexico. And when you all think about it, because I speak the language, it's been a little bit easier. But when you think about it, it's just one. America is just the same. And when you actually realize that people in Mexico and people in America are just the same, no, it's not. That's a lie. The dynamics are not the same because America has guns and they're shooting people in schools and things. And I know somebody's going to comment, well, the cartel. Yeah, it's the same thing as in the hood. And it's the same thing as those white boys going into schools and shooting people. It's the same exact thing. So let's not even go there. Another thing not to say or not to do, please, please, please be smart about the things that you do and the places that you go. For me, I always listen to the locals when I'm thinking about going outside the city, or if I'm thinking about going here, going there. It was actually a party a couple of weeks ago. Was it a few weeks ago? Maybe a month ago, actually. A month ago that I went to with some people that I know here. And I go to the party, and one of the older guys that weren't going to the party, he says, make sure you guys get the Uber to the location, dropped off in front, and you take the Uber from that location in the front. And when he explained it to us, he was basically just telling us, like, it's not the safest neighborhood, but it's not like somebody's going to kill you, but they'll like pickpocket you or they'll take your phone or things like that. It's just outside of the bubble. It's the same as any bubble that you live in, whether you're in Atlanta or you're in Los Angeles or you're in New York or you're in Miami or DC or St. Louis, whatever, Chicago. Everybody has a bubble of safety that, things are going on. Things still happen within those parameters, but it's not severe. But once you jump outside of those, it's, a lot of times it's more poor areas. A lot of times it's people that they want more, they want more of the things that you have. And I learned that when I traveled to Cuba, and the guy told me, he's like, take your watch off, take your chain off. These people don't have things, so they will take them from you. And that was something that I learned while I was in Cuba. Another thing that I have learned to do, it's a little bit easier, but it's something that I'm telling you guys to, at least try to understand the basics of Spanish, as far as the hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿De dónde eres? Otras, ¿qué quieres? O quieres, o tienes, quieres. Do you want? Or tienes, do you have? These things are very important, especially when you're coming to a country that doesn't primarily speak the language, and also when you're in a country that they sometimes know the country you're from doesn't like them. And someone educated me recently on like the Americans coming to Mexico and basically inflating the prices of things, of housing and things like that, because Americans can afford it, which I at times I do feel very, very guilty about. And for me, it's always been like such a warming experience to know the culture or know the language so that I can understand the culture a little bit better. And that's one thing that I'm happy that I do know, because I think it shows a lot of respect. It shows that at least I'm trying. Even when I mess up, I still mess up. I know people see me speak Spanish, but I still make mistakes. I still forget what I'm talking about sometimes, or what's actually being asked of me. I still have those moments, but sometimes when I'm in them, I'm in it. Another thing I would definitely say, never say anything about poor people. Never say how rich you are, or never say, oh, that's a lot, unless you don't make a lot of money. Never say these things, you know. I think recently I had a friend, she was going through something, but she was just not in the mood to even try to translate Spanish. And for me, even when I don't feel like it, I definitely try my best to get as much Spanish out and learn, look up words, looking up the pronunciation of words all the time. Those are the things that I know right now, and I'm definitely going to make a part 2 of this video of things not to do, not to say. But for the most part, I usually just try to stay out the way, because I know that I am a visitor in their country. Not like very passive, but never exerting myself or exerting privileges that I know that, you know, they may be nice to me in some ways, but I'm never, people that may have not given me the best or the best, interaction, I try not to feed off into them, you know. And recently, I heard my neighbor had an argument with another neighbor. It just so happens my neighbor is American, a gringo. And he was very loud and very opinionated and very like wrong. And it always brings me back to like what I don't want to be like, because I know that's the way that people view Americans, that they're very entitled and they think a lot of things of themselves. And they think everybody else is wrong, and it's always this. So that was a situation where you do hear people tell you, go back to your country, you know, with that shit. So I definitely understand that. So I'm definitely going to get back into making videos. I know I always say that, but I've been making more shorts. So if you guys do view my shorts, I do make a lot of shorts about things that I'm going, places I've been, Coyoacán, Ashmalacan. I think it's Ashmalacan. For the boat ride, I think I said that so wrong. I may have butchered that. But I do show things on shorts, but sometimes I don't have the time to sit down and fully make a video. But I'm definitely going to make more videos. By the way, I'm going to make a video. I am going to beat my new niece in America in a few days. So I'm definitely going to make a video about that. So until next time, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please share this video, like it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys later.